Welcome back. Today we have a rowdy word, a historic commission to an unlikely creator, a birthday, a song, and a quote. So grab your favorite cuppa. Yeah. Sit back and let's have a look. Hi there, and welcome to This Day in History for July 28th. July 28th is the 209th day of the year in the Gregorian calendar, 210th in leap years, with 156 days remaining to the end of the year. Today's word is horseplay. Horseplay is a noun that means rowdy, rough, excessive, or boisterous play or fooling around, usually friendly but sometimes bordering on reckless behavior. Energetic, noisy playfulness or fooling around, often characterized by pushing, shoving, wrestling, or practical jokes. Horseplay does tend to be a bit boisterous and rough, such that someone could get hurt, and that's why you might hear a teacher or a babysitter or a parent hollering, "Hey, y'all knock off that horseplay." Horses, when playful or agitated, can become boisterous themselves, so human roughhousing or playfulness came to be metaphorically described as horseplay. Horseplay usually implies a friendly intention, although it might hint at behavior that could get out of hand if not moderated. We first see the term horseplay around 1589. Horseplay. Today's word horseplay was requested by Odyssey viewer at Easy9. Thanks, Easy9. And if you have a word you'd like to see in this Word of the Day segment, drop it in the comments. We'll get it on the list and talk about it. And with that, on July 28, 1866, 18-year-old Vinnie Ream became the first and youngest female artist to receive a commission from the United States government for a statue. Born Lavinia Ellen Ream in Wisconsin in 1847, her family moved to Washington, D.C. in 1861, when Vinnie will have been about 14 years old. The following year, 1862, she went to work as a clerk in the dead letter office of the United States Post Office. In 1863, Missouri Representative James S. Rollins introduced Vinnie to sculptor Clark Mills, and she became an apprentice in his studio the following year when she was 17. President Lincoln agreed to sit for her to sculpt a bust of his likeness. She then used that bust as her entry into the selection contest for a full-size sculpture and was awarded the commission for a full-size Carrara marble statue of Lincoln by a vote of Congress on July 28, 1866, when she was just 18 years old. Remarkable individual, Miss Ream. By the way, the town of Vinita, Oklahoma was named in her honor. Vinnie Ream. This is the birthday of singer-songwriter and musician Jonathan Edwards, born July 28, 1946, in Aiken, Minnesota. His family moved to Virginia when he was 6. He began singing in the church choir at 8 and learned how to play the piano by ear. Figure out where those sounds are and you can sure make it happen. He began playing guitar and playing before audiences as a teen. He put a band together and they played covers of popular songs and their own country blues originals. He left the band in the early 70s when he will have been in his mid-20s and started going around to various colleges, setting up in the lobbies of dormitories to play. No gigs, just going around playing. It might seem aimless, but he did begin to develop a following that way. Kind of reminds me of Garth Brooks playing at OSU on the coffee house nights there in his early days. Before long, Jonathan Edwards was opening for the likes of the Allman Brothers and B.B. King, got a record contract, and released his first album, Jonathan Edwards, in 1971. After that, he moved around a bit. I counted 19 albums, one of which, Little Hands, is a children's album. And he also has 7 singles, along with personal appearances with other artists, work as a session musician, and some acting credits on stage and screen. Jonathan Edwards has a website and currently lives in Portland, Maine. So happy birthday, Jonathan Edwards. Today's song is Sunshine by Jonathan Edwards. This was a single released from his first album, and it may be that we only have this song because of a particular mistake that an engineer made while in the recording process. Another song was intended for that slot, but somehow it got erased. They spent hours looking for it and ended up firing the engineer. They put Sunshine in the place of that lost song. Jonathan Edwards said of the song Sunshine that it was in the time of the Vietnam War and Nixon, and things in general were not looking that great. Sunshine meant a lot to people in that time, and as I listened to it while writing this report, I'd say that the more things change, the more they stay the same. Sunshine still feels relevant. Sunshine sold over 1 million copies, hit number 4 on the Billboard Hot 100. It's been covered by several artists since then. Jonathan Edwards recorded a bluegrass version with a band called The Seldom Scene. I went and looked that one up, and sure enough, it's a bluegrass version of Sunshine. And I've put links to both versions, along with Jonathan Edwards' website, in the description. How about that? Considering the playful nature of our word of the day and thinking about creativity and youth, and Jonathan Edwards' musical energy, it seems today's quote fills the bill quite nicely. It's one by George Bernard Shaw, and didn't we just mention him day before yesterday? Today's quote is, "We don't stop playing because we grow old. We grow old because we stop playing." George Bernard Shaw. Well, there you go. All righty, take care. Be good to each other. Keep that sense of play alive, and I'll see you next time. See if I can put this right up here where I can read it easily. Maybe make this a little shorter. Nope. Okay, maybe make this a little shorter. There you go. Okay. Okay. Are we recording? Yes, we are. Wonderful. This is the birthday of singer-songwriter and musician Jonathan Edwards, born July 28th, 18... No, 18. I'm stuck in the past. And there's the air conditioner, so we're going to give that a minute to quiet down. It seems today's quote fills the bill nice quietly. Okay. And there's the air conditioner, so we're going to give that a minute to quiet down. It seems today's quote fills the bill nice quietly. Okay.